California's winter took a strange turn this year. For weeks, from mid-January through early February, the state basked in sunshine and warmth, unusual for the season. While the weather felt like spring, the lack of rain and snow was alarming for water officials and farmers. The Sierra Nevada snowpack, California's natural reservoir, dropped to about half its normal level. Reservoirs stayed low, and each cloudless day deepened the water deficit. The state's familiar drought anxieties returned, as the dry spell threatened the wet season California depends on. But in true California fashion, the weather pattern flipped, almost overnight. Suddenly, the Pacific storm door swung open, and the conversation shifted from, "When will it rain?" to, "How much rain is coming?" By February 16th, the weather in California had done a complete 180. Just days before, the sun had shone brightly over parched hills and dry riverbeds, with little hint of what was to come. But now, the skies had darkened, and a sense of anticipation hung in the air as residents watched the forecast with growing concern. Instead of a single storm, a storm train lined up over the Pacific, an atmospheric river aimed straight at California. This wasn't just any weather system. It was a vast, powerful conveyor belt of moisture, stretching thousands of miles from the tropics, gathering strength as it barreled toward the west coast. These are rivers in the sky, carrying concentrated water vapor from the tropics. Imagine a fire hose in the atmosphere, channeling immense amounts of water directly toward the state. Meteorologists call these atmospheric rivers because they can transport more water than the Mississippi River. Except it's all up in the clouds, ready to fall as rain. The first storm hit Sunday, drenching cities and coastlines, followed by a stronger one Monday night that brought even heavier downpours and gusty winds. And the forecast warned of a third, potentially more intense system set for Thursday, keeping everyone on edge. Each system builds on the last, soaking the state from Oregon to Mexico. Rainfall totals began to climb rapidly, with highways slick and rivers swelling. The relentless nature of these storms meant that there was little time for the land to recover between each wave of rain. The ground, parched just days ago, quickly becomes saturated, raising the risk of flooding and mudslides. Hillsides that had been bone dry now threatened to give way, and neighborhoods near creeks and rivers watched the water rise with growing anxiety. Emergency alerts warned residents to be ready to evacuate at a moment's notice. This isn't just rain, it's a relentless, multi-day deluge. For many, it felt like the rain would never stop, drumming on rooftops day and night, turning streets into rivers and backyards into ponds. The sheer persistence of the downpour made it clear that this was no ordinary storm. The cumulative impacts are what matter. As the week goes on, hazards multiply. Floodwaters creep higher, storm drains struggle to keep up, and emergency crews work around the clock to respond to calls for help. Power outages, road closures, and landslides become more common with each passing day. Californians must brace for a long, soggy, and potentially dangerous week. Communities mobilize, filling sandbags and checking emergency kits, while families make plans in case they need to leave their homes. The sense of uncertainty is palpable, but so is the determination to weather the storm together. The state's weather has gone from drought to deluge in a matter of days. It's a dramatic reminder of how quickly conditions can change and how powerful nature can be. As the rain continues to fall, Californians are left to navigate the challenges and hope for clearer skies ahead. The first storm arrived as a much-needed soaking, ending the dry spell. Rain swept from Northern California to Los Angeles, saturating the soil and priming the landscape for what's next. Winds gusted along the coast and through mountain passes, making travel tricky. Urban flooding began as storm drains struggled to keep up. Burn scar areas faced the first threats of debris flows. This initial storm is just the beginning, a warning shot for the more powerful systems on the way. As it moves out, the next, stronger storm is already on its heels. The second storm is the main event, tapping deep into the atmospheric river and unleashing the heaviest rain of the week. This is the system meteorologists have been watching closely, as it draws in vast amounts of moisture from the Pacific, setting the stage for a truly remarkable weather event. The sheer scale of this storm is impressive, with its rain bands stretching hundreds of miles and impacting millions of Californians. From Monday night through Tuesday, intense widespread rainfall targets the Central Coast in Northern California, with 2 to 4 inches possible. These regions will experience relentless downpours, with rainfall rates that could exceed an inch per hour at times. The storm's reach is broad, soaking communities from Santa Barbara to the Bay Area and even further north. For many, this will be the heaviest rain they've seen all season. Higher terrain could see even more, while the Central Valley and Southern California get a solid soaking. In the foothills and mountains, rainfall totals could climb to 5 inches or more, raising the risk of mudslides and debris flows. Even areas that typically see less rain, like parts of Southern California, will not be spared. expect steady showers and gusty winds that make travel hazardous. With the ground already saturated from previous storms, flash flooding becomes a real threat, especially in cities and burn scar zones. Urban areas are particularly vulnerable, as storm drains struggle to keep up with the deluge. In regions scarred by recent wildfires, the risk is even higher. Water rushes off the barren hillsides, quickly turning creeks and dry washes into dangerous torrents. This storm's intensity and duration will overwhelm drainage systems and turn creeks into torrents. Rivers and streams will rise rapidly, and low-lying neighborhoods could see water levels climbing within minutes. Emergency services are on high alert, preparing for swift water rescues and potential evacuations in the hardest-hit areas. Power outages, road closures, and flood warnings are likely. Strong winds may topple trees and power lines, leaving thousands without electricity. Many roads, especially those near rivers or in flood-prone zones, could become impassable. Authorities urge everyone to heed warnings and avoid unnecessary travel. Tuesday is the day to stay alert and off the roads if possible. If you must travel, use extreme caution. Visibility will be poor, and hydroplaning is a real danger. The safest place to be is indoors, monitoring updates and staying prepared for changing conditions. This is the peak of the storm train, California's weather at its wildest. The combination of relentless rain, powerful winds, and widespread impacts makes this a storm to remember. As the main event unfolds, communities across the state will be tested, but with preparation and caution, Californians can weather the storm together. The third and final storm arrives Thursday, focusing its punch on Southern California. From Santa Barbara to San Diego, another round of heavy rain adds to already high totals, renewing flood risks. The region's hills and mountains are primed for rapid runoff and debris flows. Snow levels drop, bringing the first significant snowfall of the season to the San Gabriel and San Bernardino Mountains. By week's end, California will have endured nearly 7 days of relentless storms. The chaos brings a crucial boost to the state's water supply. In the Sierra Nevada, the storm train is a game-changer. 3 to 4 feet of snow are forecast along the crest, with the heaviest dumping during the second storm. Snow levels drop to 4,000 feet, blanketing more of the range. This snowpack is California's frozen reservoir, storing water for the dry months ahead. Before the storms, the snowpack was at half its normal level. Now, it's making a dramatic comeback. The meltwater will fill rivers and reservoirs, securing water for farms and cities. This is the kind of event water managers hope for all winter. The Sierra's transformation is vital for the state's future. This storm train isn't just about rain and snow, it's also sparking severe weather. Thunderstorms threaten flash flooding, damaging winds, and even small hail, especially from San Luis Obispo to San Diego. Urban areas and burn scars are at highest risk for fast-moving debris flows. Unusually, there's even a chance for tornadoes, rare but possible in the right conditions. The Los Angeles Basin and Sacramento Valley are being watched closely for these spin-ups. Residents need to stay alert for weather warnings. Conditions can change in minutes. The severe weather adds another layer of danger to an already volatile week. Staying weather-aware is critical for everyone in the storm's path. All this wild weather means travel nightmares across California. Sierra Nevada passes like Donner and Highway 50, face feet of snow and likely closures. Whiteout conditions and stranded vehicles are real risks. Officials urge drivers to avoid mountain travel. In Southern California, the Grapevine and mountain passes could see rain, snow, and ice, making roads treacherous. Even city freeways are at risk. Urban flooding, hydroplaning, and gridlock will be widespread. Reduced visibility and gusty winds add to the hazards. Patience and caution are essential for anyone on the road. If you can, stay home and wait out the worst. This is a week to put safety first. Despite the chaos and disruption that these powerful storms bring, this storm train is nothing short of a lifeline for California. Torrential rain, howling winds, and flooded streets may seem like a burden in the moment, but for a state that teeters between drought and deluge, every drop is precious. These storms are not just weather events, they are the very heartbeat of California's water cycle, dictating the fate of millions of people, vast farmlands, and unique ecosystems. Just weeks ago, the state's water outlook was grim. Reservoirs were running low, and the snowpack in the Sierra Nevada, the state's natural water tower, was far below average. Now, after days of relentless rain and snow, those reservoirs are swelling, and the snowpack is getting a vital boost. This transformation is nothing short of remarkable, offering hope to communities that have been anxiously watching water levels drop year after year. Every drop of rain that falls, every flake of snow that settles on the mountains, is a deposit into California's water bank. These deposits are crucial. because they will be drawn upon during the long, hot, and dry months ahead. The water that soaks into the ground, fills the lakes, and piles up as snow will eventually flow into rivers, reservoirs, and aquifers, sustaining life across the state. The Sierra snowpack, rebuilt by these storms, acts as a natural reservoir. As it slowly melts through spring and summer, it ensures a steady water supply for cities, farms, and wildlife. Without this annual recharge, California would face even harsher water shortages and more severe droughts. Reservoirs fill to the brim, aquifers deep underground are replenished, and river flows surge, supporting both people and the delicate ecosystems that depend on them. Wetlands are revived, fish habitats are restored, and farmers can look forward to a more secure growing season. The long-term benefits of these storms far outweigh the short-term disruptions. Flooded roads and power outages are temporary, but the water stored now will be a lifeline months from now, when the land is parched and rivers run low. Water managers, farmers, and everyday Californians all know that the water captured during these storms is what will get them through the dry season. It's a collective effort. Every reservoir, canal, and aquifer plays a role in storing and distributing this precious resource. This is how California survives its famously dry summers, by capturing and carefully managing the bounty of winter storms. The snowmelt that trickles down from the mountains in spring is the state's insurance policy against drought. The state's weather is always a story of extremes, boom or bust, feast or famine. This week's storms are a dramatic reminder of just how quickly fortunes can change, and how vital it is to make the most of every wet season. While the impacts can be challenging, flooded neighborhoods, closed roads, and anxious nights, the relief these storms bring is immense. They offer a reprieve from drought, a chance for the land to recover, and hope for the future. In the end, this is the kind of storm California desperately needs. It's a reminder that, in this land of extremes, every drop truly counts, and that the storms we weather today are the foundation for tomorrow's survival.